Schmoes Know presents HorrorFlix, a podcast covering all things horror, suspense, and psychological thrillers in the world of cinema. And now, here are your hosts, Cobster and Cody.
What is going on, horror fans, and welcome to another edition of HorrorFlix, a show in which we talk nothing horror, but all porn. I'm so excited today.
You got the porn stash today. Are you ready?
Yes. I'll get into that in just a second. But welcome to another edition of HorrorFlix, guys. Hi, Cody.
Hi. How you doing?
I'm Cobster.
I'm Cody. I look really pale today.
You do.
Wow.
Yeah, I like your mustache.
Fuck you.
It's there.
It's there. It's
you don't
just
need to be rude about it.
Somewhat invisible, mostly invisible.
No, it's not. I think it looks good.
You can see it if you're within like 3 feet of me. They can't see it right now.
Well, who wants to be 10 feet away from you? Everybody wants to be 3 feet away from you.
Stop it.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. You my bitch.
Oh, hey.
You my bitch.
You my bitch.
So, guys, welcome to
What
this
was that
edition.
from? Now you're my bitch.
Now you're my
Oh, dodgeball. That's what it's from. Sorry, go on.
He says you're my bitch?
Yeah, it's when he's doing the bench press or whatever, or like something like that.
and he slaps
Michelle's
his ass.
up. He's like, woo!
Yeah.
Now you're my bitch.
You my bitch.
Yeah.
I kind of look like Ben Stiller.
You do.
So, guys, I'm very excited to bring you guys another episode. It's another weekend. It's another weekend and week of horror films to talk about horror films. I'm very excited. So every single 10 episodes, we just do fun Q&A with you guys and us.
You guys do all the work for us.
You
It's
guys
so
do
much
it.
fun.
It's
We
so
don't do shit.
Fucking easy for us. Just you send us a question. I don't care if it's what's 2 + 2?
Yeah.
7. We fucking answer it.
Damn
and
right.
It's that easy, but you know what? It's a lot of fun. I like interacting with everyone, all the viewers, especially everybody who comments on all of our episodes. So thank you guys for that. Everyone who's followed us on Facebook and Twitter, our personal Twitter accounts. We've all been really grateful. This is episode 30, dude.
Holy shit, boss.
We've been doing this
30
for
already.
30 weeks.
When did we start? Like March?
I don't know.
About, yeah. I think it was
Probably
March.
around March.
Oh my
yeah.
God, 30 episodes.
It's pretty crazy.
Fuck.
Yeah. And we don't look a day over 30.
We
Not
don't.
even close.
Can I say how underrated 13 going on 30 is?
No, you can't.
Okay, sorry, that's for
Not
another
at all.
podcast.
So before we get into the actual Q&As, we got some housing things to do first. I guess you would say a couple of plugs.
Okay.
For the reason why I have a mustache, because it is November for No Shave November. But not only that, our good buddy Josh McCouga from Between the Sheets, he's also from Schmoes. He does this every single year with Movember. It's really great. It's a really great organization that he does this for. I'm going to put a link down for you guys to check it out below. Join the team. Have a lot of fun with it. Grow some mustaches. Tweet out to Movember, to me, Josh McCouga. It's a lot of fun.
His team, I believe, is Between the Stashes. That's
Between the
his team.
Stashes is his team. Yes.
Yeah. I helped him out with his Between the Sheets episode that he did for this month. It's a lot of fun.
It's
guys.
his whole everything that he's doing on Between the Sheets right now. He went to go to the Movember headquarters. That first episode was a lot of fun. I think Nick Mundy is going to be on
He's
this Monday.
next Monday, yeah.
And it's a
Couple
lot of
other ones
fun.
coming
It's
up.
a lot of really cool stuff. Definitely go and check it out. Support that dude and support everything for Movember. It's for a really great cause. And don't give shit to people for mustache for having I've been getting so much shit
Really?
for having this.
It's
like,
November.
Just like,
this is the time where you
I'm like,
understand
yeah,
it.
it's for testicular cancer and men's mental health and other things. They're like, oh, well, good job. And like, yeah, that's right. Suck it. So yeah, do that. Grow a mustache. If you can't,
Like
yeah,
me.
no, you know what? Even if you can't join you can still join the team
Yeah,
and
yeah.
help donate and do all those things. Because there's just some people out there in the world who just can't grow a mustache. And some other things that we have to plug. I guess, well, this is the kind of conversation we'll get into when we kind of like catch up. It's like us catching up with each other.
It's been a while. I haven't seen you since last Saturday.
Yeah, it's been
Yeah.
a week is a very long time.
Yeah.
It's a long distance relationship.
It
right
is.
there.
It's a little tough, you know.
We got a break right now from the Schmoes. We're waiting until Phase 6, which we're going to Defy, which is really awesome and exciting. But I only get to see you once a week as opposed to 2 days a week.
I miss you.
And I miss you too, man. I miss you too. Don't worry. I'm sorry for what I said for you earlier, and I'm sorry for slapping your kid around. But
Slap Billy.
this comes in this kind of plug. When we catch up, we get to watch. We have this whole week, and we watch some certain films. I spend a lot of time watching a shit.
He
ton
was
of
texting
different
me all the
films.
movies he's seen. I was like, good man.
I was in
You
just
had a lot of
groove.
free time.
I was
Yeah.
in the Emperor's New Groove, and
Oh.
it was awesome. So the first one is something that we both saw, and it is a bit of a plug because it's a friend of our show who is in this movie, and he also wrote it, which is Ben Bagley, who also does Guilty Movie Pleasures with Josh McCouga. The Funhouse Massacre.
It's a fun fucking movie.
It's a really, really fun movie. I had a really great time with it. A great premise,
Yeah.
too. I don't know if you guys have seen the trailers or anything. Go ahead and check it out. I'm going to put a link for the trailer.
It's funny.
down
We
below.
we went to horror nights.
Yeah.
And we were like, wouldn't it be funny if all this shit just came to life, or
So
if like there was actually crazy people? And sure enough, that's what this movie.
That's what this movie
about.
is. And I remember I was watching an interview with Ben Bagley and I believe his wife. They're on the I Talk movie. I was watching their interview and they were saying that they were just at a like a horror night type of thing, and they were like, what if these people just came? Like, what if these were real
Oh, really?
people?
Just
like,
exact same thing.
Yeah,
we
it was
did?
like the exact same thing. So they came up with that, and it's a lot of fun. Robert Englund is in it. Ben Bagley obviously is in it. Bagley is hilarious.
Oh, he's really fucking funny.
He's like David Arquette from Scream. If he had
Even clumsier.
If he had a less of a conscience, but it's super funny. It creates some really hysterical moments. There's like little moments here and there that I won't give away. Yeah, you know what I mean. You have to watch it. It's a lot of fun.
Oh, it's the best part.
Yeah, the acting's actually really great in it too. I love all the people. So basically,
we're not just saying this because we know Ben.
No,
I mean, this literally is a very good movie. Guys.
It really
check
is.
It out.
It's a lot of fun. It's a fun. It's very tongue in cheek. It's got a really great premise to it, and the actors that play all the serial killers are a lot of fun. It's basically what happens is these serial killers escape from a mental asylum and they take over a fun house, and instead of actually the people thinking that this is all fake, it's all real. The killers are actually killing people, and what's really funny about it is people are like going by in the mazes taking pictures of people actually getting killed,
thinking it's part of the show,
and it's really funny.
Great. It's great.
I had a lot of fun with it, and I think you guys should go and check that out. Please, I'll leave a link for you guys to check out the trailer down below. If the film's on demand right now, for that.
It's playing in select cities right now too.
It is in select cities. Go and check it out, and then tweet out to Ben Bagley, congratulate him and everybody involved with the movie because it's a lot of fun.
Awesome.
Hey. They deserve that. And if you need anybody to be in a horror film, you know who to call. So, on to the next one. What did you see any other movies this week?
I haven't been watching any other horror movies. I've been I'm not done yet. Okay, I've been catching back up. I'm going back through Marble Hornets.
The
series, which you haven't finished.
I haven't finished.
I
remember we had this conversation.
It's a lot of fun. I just had to bring up. I've been watching that again. It's good.
Just rewatching the original.
Yeah, I'm not like doing every single one. Just remember like my favorite episodes, and I'm like,
cool.
yeah, that was a good scary one. And there was some. I respect the hell out of that series, guys. That's really inspiring.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I remember that they made a new series too, right?
Yeah, they have a new one called Clear Lakes 44, I believe. It's on the same channel.
Okay.
That one, I'm waiting for that one to kick in. It's really good. Like, it's amping up the mystery of what the hell is actually happening.
Okay.
But it's kicking up pretty quick. It's awesome.
Cool. Yeah. Marble Horse, check it out. I saw some movies.
Oh,
I actually took the time to, prepare for this show.
Okay, fuck you.
And stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
When do you want to?
Tomorrow.
Okay. So the first one, one of these is on Netflix. The other ones, I believe, are just on the PlayStation Network. The first one was We Are Still Here. This is on the PlayStation Network.
Heard about this one?
I remember JT talking about this on JT Movie Thing. So I think with Spencer Gilbert, or maybe it was Hal Rudnick. It was somebody, but he was discussing about this, and I heard it from his recommendation. So I went off on that because he's got some good taste in movies, kind of, except for like Rocky and stuff. I guess if you like Rocky, Creed,
Mad Max. I'm just kidding.
No, he's not. So he made this recommendation I want to check out. So We Are Still Here is basically this wife and this husband. They go off into this it's not a cabin in the middle of the woods, but it's just a house far away from where they're originally from. They had just lost their son. They're grieving. They're really sad about that their recent loss, and they're trying to just move on. But there's something wrong with this house, and the wife thinks that the son has some kind of presence that, like, she thinks she's feeling her son, but it turns out it's something else. It's a slow burn. But the payout, the ending is so worth it because
really? Okay.
Like I would say I don't know, maybe like 20-30 minutes in going into this film, I was hoping that something was going to happen at the end, and it totally did. Like there was a simple little scene of dialogue that went out, and I'm like, okay, if this is what I think it's going to be at the very end, not that it's predictable or anything like that, but it's going to be really awesome, and it is. It's very Sam Raimi-esque, but not as cheesy as Sam Raimi. I think Sam Raimi could be cheesy at times, but it has that certain element to it. Maybe it's just because there's like one scene that reminds me of a Raimi film.
Okay.
But it's really cool. Not really scary. Just a neat little premise.
You say it's on Netflix or PlayStation Network?
No, it's on the PlayStation Network. It's pretty cheap too. Okay. So We Are Still Here. I definitely recommend checking it out. I love the last shot of this film too. I won't say what it is, but it's just
say no more.
I love it. I thought it was a pretty good movie. It's not perfect. The other one was Circle. This one is on Netflix.
My buddy sent me a text about this yesterday, telling me to watch it. So
it's not necessarily a horror film, but it's just got horror elements. It's more of a sci-fi thriller.
Okay.
But it's a really cool premise. So basically, this cast of characters are in a circle, but there's a thing in the middle that's killing them off every single minute. And so there's probably like 50 or 60 people on these. They're on their own individual circles, and it's killing them by random. But what's really interesting is that everyone in the whole group can choose who they want to die. So it's like a voting system.
Whoa.
So they point, and then this little laser shot comes out and kills them. And so it's just killing all these people one by one.
What
You don't
the
get to know.
fuck?
You don't really get in depth with these characters, but it's interesting how they all interact with each other because, like, if you look at
Do
it
they
from
form
the
like alliances and stuff? Like, hey, let's
yeah,
not kill
people
this
like
and then
people
go.
actually form
Yeah.
alliances and like, okay, if all of us do this, then that'll outvote this person, so we can kill this person or
Okay.
something like that. But it's not like they're intentionally trying to kill the other people. It's just you kind of have to see for yourself. There's no
Okay.
explanation
I
as
wanna
to
check.
why this is all happening. It's just happening, and it's really, really cool. It's a very good premise. The only person that I know of that's actually in the film is Julie Benz, who
Okay.
was Dexter's wife in the show Dexter.
Oh,
So
not
she-
Dexter's Laboratory.
Not Dexter's
Okay.
Laboratory, no. But there's some nice little surprises in there, a cool ending, and I think it's very much I very much recommend you guys go and check that out. And the last one, this one is also on the PlayStation Network, and people have been tweeting at us to check out the trailer for this, but instead I decided to check out the movie. That is Bone Tomahawk. This thing is fucking
It's really that
cool.
good, huh?
This thing's
Okay.
really, really cool.
Okay, I'll check
It's
it
got this. Check out this cast: Kurt Russell, Patrick
Great,
Wilson, Matthew
great,
Fox,
great,
Richard Jenkins, who is
great.
like unbelievable. Like I didn't know it was him
Really?
until halfway. He was just unrecognizable, just because he's just got old man
Wow,
hair on
okay.
his face or whatever. And it's also got a brief appearance by David Arquette. The
Awesome.
directing is really great. It's a western. It's more of a western with elements of dark horror thrown into it throughout, but it is graphic. When it's graphic, it hits hard. It hits
Okay.
really, really hard. The story, it's again just kind of like We're Still Here. It is a slow burn, but it is so worth it. It's got a great atmosphere. If you like westerns, I definitely think you should check it out. So the basic premise is Patrick Wilson's wife gets kidnapped by these natives, and these natives turn out to be cannibals, and the cannibals are insane, dude.
Really?
Like insane. It makes Green Inferno look like as horrible as it really was.
Really?
There's
Okay.
a mutilation scene that I won't spoil or anything. It's really good.
Okay.
It's really, if you like mutilation, this is right
If you're
up
a
your
fan of
alley.
mutilation,
Um,
this movie's for you.
It's really cool. Matthew Fox.
Yeah, he's getting work.
The performances
Cool.
all across the board are really great. Richard Jenkins is really, really good in this.
Okay.
And Matthew Fox, I've always been a champion of him because of Lost.
I love that guy,
I love
yeah.
him, but he never picks any good movies. He's
doesn't.
always in really terrible
He's
movies.
stuck in like Alex Cross.
Oh my, like it's the villain, right?
And, yeah, and Vantage Point. Remember Vantage Point?
Vantage Point was
Oh.
awful.
Ugh.
I love Dennis Quaid too, but
Yeah,
you know,
yeah. Oh, well.
sometimes you just gotta Quaid
Dennis
it up.
Quaid stole my heart after Dragonheart, man. That movie's just. Oh.
But Matthew Fox is in it, and Matthew Fox is awesome in it, and they've all got mustaches. So
Yeah.
there's
Fuck
that.
all you guys.
Yeah. So it's really cool. It's Western. If you like Western, I'm not a big fan of Westerns, but I dug this a lot, and I like the tone, the atmosphere. It's a journey. You know what it feels like Lost. Not Lost. I'm sorry. It feels like Jaws, but in the desert, because it's just the traveling aspect of it,
Oh, okay.
of them like in the boat in the middle of the water. It's
Okay.
just four guys in the middle of the desert looking for these people. It's really, really cool. Definitely recommend you go and check it out. The ending is awesome. So
Okay.
go and check it
Okay.
out. Those are pretty much everything that I've seen.
Yep.
All right, guys. So it is time for the Q&A portion of this. We got all the other stuff out
It's
of the
time.
way. It is time for you guys. It's all dedicated
You're
to
the
you.
stars of the show today.
Don't forget, we are announcing the winner of the gift giveaway at the end of the show.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have
So you
to
gotta
wait.
watch
You're gonna
it,
wait for a little
or
bit.
fast forward.
But it's well worth it because you might win, and we might do another
You
contest too. So.
Sit tight.
So, first comment comes from long time-
Adrian Zavala.
I was gonna like hype him up.
Oh,
but
sorry,
yes.
I thought you
no,
forgot
no,
his
no,
name.
no, you don't get it, Adrian.
Okay, sorry.
That's on him.
Sorry, buddy.
Adrian Zavala. He says, "Hey guys, just wanted to say first off, thanks for the amazing podcast. Thanks, buddy. We
Thanks,
appreciate you. My question is, how do you guys do your writing process? I know Copster stated previously he's more of an idea guy, while Cody handles more of the script. But how do you guys essentially start and finish the process for your scripts? Thanks, guys. Keep up the amazing work." Thank you for the question, pal. How do we deal with that? A lot of sex,
Yeah,
right?
a lot of sex, a lot of cocaine.
Yeah.
It really gets the job done. Look, this is a very common question for people. Like, what's your writing process? I don't really have one. I just,
Right.
whenever I have the motivation, which generally is at least once a day, or sometimes it's over a couple days, I'll just pull out my laptop and start doing shit.
It's always for me. It's a lot of like I'll have the motivation to want to write something,
But
I
you'll
just
get there
I
and
just
be
don't
like,
do it.
yeah.
I just won't do it. I'll put my computer there. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna play Fallout. Then I'll
Yeah.
do this. I'll do that. I'll jerk off and do this.
Okay.
And I never get to it. And
Clearly.
then the idea is just always lingering in there. That's why I always just like, hey, I have this. Write it for me. Write it for me. So
yeah,
it's
got a couple of those.
as far as like us working together on that writing process, like we're currently working on a film
Fucking
right
hate
now.
working with this guy.
Oh, it's the
Guy's
best.
worst.
He loves it.
Yeah.
Oh man, all those changes. We went from
Like, I'll send him a draft, and he'll like every single page would just be a note.
Yeah.
just on every single line.
yeah,
I'm like, all right. And-
because I have a lot of
no,
ideas.
they're good. They're good notes.
Okay.
They are good.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
You just hurt my ego a little bit. Sorry. No, big
No,
deal.
you
But
shouldn't
yeah,
have an ego.
I'm just kidding.
No, but we're currently working on a film right now, and the initial draft was what, 27 pages? Something like
Yeah,
that?
22, I want to say.
Oh,
my
22
my
pages.
first draft was 22. Second one was 27. This one I just did is like almost 40. Yeah.
pages. But it's a lot of really great ideas. And it's just
Yeah.
like, it's just a matter, it really depends because like page count doesn't really matter. It's all
No.
about fleshing out the content
Yeah.
that fits well, you know? I think for us, the more content, the better. And then if nothing doesn't fit, then we can always
cut
just
it.
take it out. You
Yeah.
know, having more is always better just because you have it. If you have less, then, you know, you just don't have
We
it. But
can't tell you what this one's about.
it's good though.
You'll see. If we can pull it off, it'll be like the coolest thing we've ever done.
It's gonna be really
if we can
exciting.
pull it off. Yeah.
I think we can. I think
so. I think
But
so.
that's just kind of how we work back and forth. You know, he'll write the initial like the script that he sent me. He sent it to me a long time ago, and I was like, okay, fine, I'll read it for you. Whatever.
I told him
whatever.
like, yeah, this one's just for you. I'm gonna send it to you. Tell me what you think. It took him like 3
It took me a
months
long
to
time.
read it. And I
As
was
soon
like,
as
"You
I
fucking
read
asshole."
it, I'm like, I love this.
Yeah,
I love this.
yeah.
I sent him notes. He wrote a second draft. I sent him more notes. We have a third draft now. That's just kind of the back and forth that goes. And so I believe the next process we're gonna do is actually sit down together, hash out the ideas, somewhat final because you never finalize a script, but we somewhat.
I think the
finalize
next
it.
one will be the shooting draft. I think.
Yeah, the shooting
that's
draft.
what we're gonna do,
And then
yeah.
obviously once the shooting goes, that's going to be the interesting part because, you know, we've worked on like Severance together,
Mm-hmm.
but it was scripted, but some of the dialogue was improv here and there
Mm-hmm.
too. And we were actually in the thing, so it was a lot different doing that, which by the way, you should check out Severance. It's really good. But this time around, we're behind the camera. We're going to be
Yeah, we're trying not to be actors for this one.
it's a little experiment. It's
Yeah.
it's going to be a lot of fun because we're just going to actually be directing people,
Yeah.
and so it should be an interesting experience. And for people to actually like memorize your words, that should be pretty interesting.
I'm gonna be like, fuck this, dude. I can't handle this. This is too weird. I'm
So
like,
that's kind of the process that we go through. I mean, it all really varies. It's never good. I don't think it's ever going to be a set thing. And if this thing really works off, then I think we've got a pretty good team here. So
Yeah.
hoping for the best. So,
all right.
next
Next
question.
question. We got Ashley Harden says, if you guys can get rid of one horror movie cliche, what would it be and why?
I think the obvious one
It's jump scares.
probably jump scares, but at the same time, I think jump scares can still be effective.
They can.
I think they can be, but I mean, getting rid of them would probably help out.
It would force people to be more creative with their scares. I'll give them
True.
that.
Yeah, I think so because they focus like, well, I see like studios taking a small horror film that was like has no jump scares and then said, okay, add one here, add one here, add one here, like kind of just throwing it out, make it more scarier. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's what production studios think is scary, is jump scares. I think the same thing goes with that with music too. I think if there is more, I think more tension without music actually helps because when music is building up in a horror film and it gets louder and louder and louder, it's almost you're expecting it. But if
Yeah.
it's complete silence and then something happens, it's a lot more scarier.
And the music can then
Yeah.
complement it afterwards. yeah.
Exactly. Because it's just the music sometimes can distract you from what's going on with that in front of your eyes. I know you don't like the black eyes thing.
Oh, I'm gonna bring that up. I brought this up a couple episodes ago. I'm so sick of when someone in a movie is possessed or is under some sort of influence, their eyes immediately turn black.
Yeah.
It's come up with something new, guys. You're smarter than this. There's so many people working in the movie industry. There are different ways, different scarier ways to show that someone is possessed. It's almost scarier if you don't have the black eyes. Okay.
Yeah.
Think about it.
What about red eyes?
Fuck that. It's different. I'll take it.
Okay.
At least Avengers had blue eyes for Hawkeye.
Oh yeah, huh?
Or whatever.
Yeah.
No, you know what? They were black at first for that too. Damn
That's
it.
True. Hey man.
Sick of
Easy.
it. I'm sorry.
You tighten you.
Oh, I get it. 'Cause my
Yeah,
shirt.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
hilarious. Anyway.
Another one. I'm trying to think of more. I literally had one. You know what? I've been seeing a trend in this in a lot of horror films lately is like The Last Survivor. Cause it would always be like, especially like in slasher films, no one would survive. Like the killer would come out them at the end. I've been seeing a lot more lately, a lot more happier endings. I would like happy ending. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like when endings in horror films are dark, and because not all the time it's not always gonna be a happy ending. But like slashers, for me, when the slasher is still alive. Like I rewatched Broken Lizard's Club Dread the other day because we talked about it.
I love that movie.
I love that ending because it pokes fun at all the slashers that always just keep coming back.
Yeah.
And he keeps coming back. Even when he's torn in half, he jumps on the boat.
He's got, like,
and
his
still,
guts falling out of his chest. And
He's
just
still
like-
coming after them. That's just one thing in slashers that I wish that
yeah.
they would kind of change.
I could see that. Yeah, definitely.
And more interesting characters. Don't have all these cliche, dumb characters that the typical blonde. I mean, Cabin in the Woods.
Cabin in the
nails
Woods
it.
made fun of it.
Nails that
You're not supposed to
perfectly.
do that.
Yeah.
Like,
Have just characters you actually care for. Have the first 30 minutes of a horror film setting up these characters so we can actually care.
Yeah,
I want to see a
take your
slasher
time with it.
film Wink, wink.
Ayo.
I want to see a slasher film that sets up these characters and we actually care for, so that when they do die, we feel a lot of pain for them. So
Fair enough. Yeah, I see that.
I want to see that. Next one comes from Billy Stoll.
Billy.
He says, if there was a movie set you could visit for upcoming or past productions, what would it be? Definitely not The Exorcist, because people died on that. I would not. No, actually, I would. That's a lie. I'd want to go check that out.
I'd want to go to that too.
Nightmare on Elm Street for sure. Human Centipede, because that would
Some
been,
of the sets from
Human
The Shining.
Centipede.
Human Centipede.
That would have been fucking hysterical. I would have just told, if I was like a PA or something, I would like, what are you fucking doing, man? What's his name? What's the director's name? Like 666 or something? It's like a fucking wrestler's
Human Centipede out of 666.
I think it's like something.
Now entering the ring, 245 pounds. 666.
It's something stupid like that. The Shining would be
The
a
Shining
really
would be
great
really
one,
cool
for sure.
Did you see that video where they did the Paranormal Activity house? They set it up like it was like
no. Why would you like?
no. They did it like it was like a realtor was showing couples and they had cameras set up and shit was breaking. It was really funny
really
actually.
Good.
Yeah.
I would never step into that house. I don't think I ever would.
No.
That's a good one. Hellraiser. I'd want to see all the Hellraiser and The Thing. I'd want to see the practical.
Thing would be cool.
I want to see practical stuff. The Conjuring 2. I know The Conjuring 2 is coming out.
Yeah.
You know what the title of that movie is? It's like
Is it bad?
It's The Conjuring 2, The Poltergeist in Gulf or something like that.
Oh,
it's something weird like that. I didn't like the title.
That's weird.
But the whole crew from that movie's coming back.
Yeah.
So
My boy James won.
that's your boy.
It's my boy. He ferreted my tweet in 2013.
Did he
We're
really?
pretty much best friends. That's what I'm saying.
Well, I took a picture of M. Night Shyamalan, so.
Go fuck yourself.
Okay. So that upcoming, I would have loved to have been on the set for Krampus. I'm really excited for that one. And I can't really think of anything else. Maybe Creep, the sequel Creep, whenever they shoot that. Because I just want to hang out with
Just
Mark
hang out with
Duplass.
those guys.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Go ahead. And the
next up, Brian Fernandez, good fan of the show, good friend of the show. He says, hey guys, love the show a lot. Keep up the amazing work. My question to you guys is, what horror movies are you guys anticipating to see in theaters or on Netflix coming up?
Krampus is probably the biggest one.
Yeah, Conjuring 2.
Conjuring 2.
Just because I love the first one so much.
On Netflix. I mean, I watched it.
I can't think of anything coming out on Netflix soon.
Netflix. What's the Nicholas Winding Refn? I'm not a huge fan of him.
Is Neon Demon or whatever? Yeah,
Neon Demon.
Cool.
I think that one should be pretty interesting. I'm hoping that it's pretty interesting. Trying to think what else coming up. I don't really know. I know we'll probably do a most anticipated for 2016 at the end of this year.
We have to look up the list.
We got to look up the list and see what horror films are actually coming out this year. But that's all I can kind of think of right now. This one's a really fun one. This one comes from Carlos Lopez. In a Schmoes Know slasher horror movie, who would be the killer, first victim, final girl / boy, suspects, Randy character, couple having sex, director? Okay, let's go. Okay, let's start from the bottom. Let's start from the director and then move up to the killer. So the director.
So an actual director.
Who would actually direct? I think Makuga would. No, well, because he's
I
directing.
think you're saying like who. Like an actual.
Oh, an actual director? Well,
Yeah.
he said from the Schmoes. Okay, director. Okay, fine.
Never mind. Maybe you're right.
No. I like this idea. I like this idea better.
Okay.
Director directing all of us who could wrangle all of us in a slasher film. Let's go with
David O. Russell.
All right, fine. David O. Russell directed us. Who's the couple having sex?
Couple having sex. Okay.
That probably end up getting killed. Makuga, obviously.
Okay.
I think Makuga and Jesus.
Finstock. Makuga and
Makuga
Finstock.
and Finstock? Okay, Makuga and Finstock are the ones that are having sex. Randy character.
Either me or no Jake. I can see Jake doing that.
Jake?
You say JT?
I was gonna say JT.
No, JT's the first one to die. I'm serious. I can totally see him being the first one to die.
Okay, fine. JT is the first victim to die. Randy character. Okay, fine. We'll make Jake the suspect. Even though he's already having sex with Makuga, I think Finstock would be the suspect.
Obviously, yeah.
The final girl, Alicia would be the final girl for sure.
Yeah, she'd survive.
Final boy.
Me.
Well, Ace.
Oh yeah, Ace.
No, Ace
He's
would
a
be the
hero.
final girl or boy, because just in general, for sure.
No.
Yeah, and then JT, I guess the first victim, and who's the killer?
Killer.
Who would you not expect to be a killer?
Me.
Yeah, probably.
Just because I can't physically overpower anybody.
I don't think you could. You can't even lift up the plastic foot. He did it.
I did it, guys.
Give him a cookie.
Woo!
All right, so that was that. David O. Russell directing the Schmoes Know Horror Movie Show.
Do we have a title?
Huh?
Do we have a title for that?
The show Schmoes Know Horror Movie Show. I don't know. I actually, funny story, for Halloween last year, not the past Halloween, but 2 Halloweens ago, I had a full-on outline for a Schmoes
Yeah,
Know.
you spent a lot of time on that. I wish
A
we
lot
could
of
have
time
made
on
that.
this because I really wanted to go down. It was basically the whole crew and plus some of our friends of the show go to Roger Craig Smith's house for a fun party, and Christian wants us to film everything. So it's a found footage of a slasher, and there ends up being like multiple killers, and some people take over the show. It was actually a lot
pretty
of fun.
cool, yeah.
So, yeah.
Next one here.
Michael
Smalltron says, "Hi, I'm Michael Smalltron, and I would like to know which of these remakes do you like the most and which you like the least? Halloween, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, or Texas Chainsaw Massacre?"
What do you think?
I like the most the Texas Chainsaw remake. The
Yeah,
first
I gotta
one.
agree, too.
I really like that one. The least,
Halloween.
I got to go. Oh,
Halloween's the worst one for me, for
worse
sure.
than Nightmare?
Yeah, because in Nightmare at least they were still trying to. It was still trying to be Freddy, whereas Halloween they were just taking it. That wasn't Michael Myers. Like that
Yeah.
wasn't Michael Myers. I can't physically watch that movie without throwing up. My Nightmare on Elm Street, I can at least look at like Kate Mara's sister, or Rooney Mara, and the girl who plays Ruby in Supernatural.
Good job.
So.
Yeah.
And the Friday the 13th movie.
I'll have to go Halloween.
It's the
The
Friday
Friday
the
the 13th one at least is faithful to the other ones where it's like similar.
But
I
essentially,
guess I don't know.
it's like the first 4 Friday the 13th movies
Yeah.
in one. But I can tolerate that one the most because I never really took Friday the 13th as serious as say because Nightmare on Elm Street and Halloween are masterpieces. Friday the 13th. In its own right, is a slasher masterpiece,
iconic,
maybe,
yeah.
but it's nothing too great. But yeah, so those are the ones. Let's go to Mladen Kulik.
Yeah,
He's got a couple
love this guy.
questions, you cheeky bastard. Just kidding. So the first one he asked, what horror director you guys think is overrated? What are your thoughts on Scream Queens? I stopped watching it after the 3rd episode. And Copster, can you tell us why you don't like the Evil Dead movies? Just so you know, I'm not a fan of them either, except the remake, which I like. First of all, it's not that I don't like the Evil Dead movies.
You hate them. You hate them, and everyone who likes them.
No. It's just I'm not as big of a fan of them as most people are. It's just I think it's something that I just should have grown up with, and I didn't. And I watched it a little late in the game. I heard all this hype, and I just thought it was kind of okay.
Fair enough.
Yeah. But I did like the remake, and I probably get flack for that. But that's okay.
I love the remake.
That's
yeah.
okay. What horror director you guys think is overrated?
As much as I like the guy, Eli Roth, I just don't think he's really made a great film.
Yeah,
and a lot of people talk about it, and I completely respect the guy.
Yeah, because he's a huge fan. He's a
Yeah,
huge fan of horror, and I respect the things that he's done. But Cabin Fever is really the only thing of his that I
Cabin Fever's
like.
good.
I mean,
Yeah.
Green Inferno is enjoyable.
That was fun. We had a good time with
but
that.
it's not a great, not even close to a good movie. But it's entertaining. But that's about it. But I wouldn't say he's overrated because he's been gone for a while. And when he came back with Green Inferno, that was something. Oh gosh, I can't even think of horror directors right now.
There aren't that many recent ones that are like
Not
strictly
recent
horror.
Uwe Boll.
The ones like no one thinks he's good though. That's the
He's
thing.
not even rated. I guess I'd have to go with Eli Roth. And I haven't seen Scream Queens.
I haven't
never
either,
checked it
no.
out. I did see the Scream TV show, which wasn't too bad. But you got a next one?
Nicholas Maglieri says, first off, love the show. There's a lot of debate around certain movies of whether or not it's classified as a horror movie. This was something I really noticed during last week's psychological thriller episode, and I was curious how you guys would define a horror movie. It's got to be scary. I don't know.
well,
I guess that's the only thing, or at least try to be scary.
It's the tension and the atmosphere is what makes a horror film, because you can have a certain atmosphere like psychological thriller, but it could be something completely different than
You have to have
horror.
there's still frightening moments in that stuff where you're kind of shaken up.
I think horror films are aimed to scare you, but it's not like they're like.
How about this? Anything that makes you scared or uneasy?
Yeah.
Like not just like nervous. You know what I mean when I say uneasy, right?
Uncomfortable watching. Like you have to be in a certain mood to watch it.
Yeah.
Whereas in like psychological thrillers can be that same very thing, but psychological thrillers are more unsettling and they mess with your mind a little bit more. Whereas horror films, like they all come in shaped and sizes. They could be funny, they could be scary, they could be really really silly. And it all depends on your own definition of it, but I'd say that's how we define it. And gore is another thing too. If it's got an immense amount of gore, I'd say it's a horror film.
That'd probably qualify at that point.
Yeah.
Not that everyone needs gore. I'm just saying if it's in
but-
there, it's not exactly romantic comedy.
But gore that ties into the atmosphere and the style of the film itself, because there's you look at Tarantino's films, those films are gory, but they're not
True.
horror films.
Yeah.
But because of the way they're presented on the actual screen with the music and the actors and the atmosphere, it doesn't feel like a horror film. Whereas, once the tone is established at the very start of the film, and if it becomes gory like that, then horror film. So
Fair enough.
I guess that's how we define it. Or we're just dumb. So this next one comes from Oscar Herrera. Greetings from Ohio. Greetings. I have listened / watched HorrorFlix for a while now, and you guys have made me a horror fan. That's awesome.
Cool, man.
I love that. My question is, have you considered making a horror short film? Your B-Team productions are good. We'll love to see what you can come up with. Thank you for taking my question. Keep up the great work. Peace out, Mother F's.
Yes.
I like this guy.
Yeah.
I like this guy. Let's send
guy,
him
Oscar.
Let's send him the foot.
You want to send him the
I
foot?
want to send him. I like the foot. I like the foot. Yeah, I mean,
The one we're talking about is a horror. Spoiler.
kind of. I
Kind
don't
of.
even consider that a horror.
No?
I
Okay.
don't consider it a horror.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Trust me.
You'll understand when you see it.
Yeah. Well, we've been wanting to. I mean, we've done small things here and there. Like when we went to Fresno, we did that little thing.
The little found footage thing.
We could easily do quick little B-Team horror films all the time, but we'd want to put a lot of effort. Like, I want to make a horror film that is great. I want to make a really, really great horror film. Even if it's taking the most cliche concept or cliche trend that's going on right now and spinning it on its head, that's what we want to do and make it a really great thing. So it's going to happen. We're going to make a horror short or an actual film someday. So it's just a matter
you
of
worry.
when.
Yeah.
I have a really great idea that I want to do that's really short and easy that involves my dog and supernatural elements, and I think it would be really fun and kind of a fish out of water idea for a haunting movie. And I know that's cliche, but it's spinning it on its head, so that's kind of how I feel about that. But
There we go. Yeah.
You have any any
I
thoughts on that?
I have some in the pipeline, like that I've just started. None that I think are ready to shoot or anything like that. But I've always had ideas for shorts. Yeah, I bet a few. Yeah, I'd like to make some, definitely.
So you mean you write your scripts first and then you...
Yeah, my whole world doesn't revolve around you,
No, but I'm just saying,
I thought you meant like...
pal. I was trying to make a joke
I
about
thought you were
fucking
saying like you don't tell me first. That's what I thought you were saying.
trying to make a joke about studios and how they don't finish script.
Oh,
Fuck
I
you.
see
Go
what
to
you
go to
mean.
the next
Okay,
question,
so-
you fucking
My-
skinny fuck.
All right, next up, Quentin Kelly says, "Hey guys, I absolutely love the show. Seen every episode at least 5 times. Holy shit,
Wow.
Quentin.
Wow.
Shit.
You should do better things. I'm just kidding.
Just kidding.
Thank
No,
you, man.
thank you.
That's I
Shit.
appreciate. That's fucking awesome. You're the
All right,
best.
he says, my question is, what do you guys think of The Conjuring? I know you guys love it, but could you give some reasons to why? My favorite thing is the tension that James Wan creates and jump scares that are extremely effective. Thanks, guys. P.S. Where's the foot?
Where's the foot?
I can't find it anywhere.
It's right there. You found it.
Gotcha, buddy.
Conjuring. I know you love this one.
I do love this one.
Yeah.
I love it a lot because it's completely different from... Look, supernatural horror obviously is taking over the genre right now, but this one, for some reason, stands alone because it's not... It's completely different because the scares aren't anything like what you're normally seeing. There's hardly any jump scares in this movie. There are a couple,
Yeah.
and they're really good. They're effective. But I've brought this scene up before, but one of the best scenes in this film, nothing happens.
Yeah.
It's the
the
scariest
corner,
thing
right?
ever, and you don't see anything, and it's incredible. And only James Wan, or not only James Wan, but James Wan is so good at doing that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I understand. And look, I like this movie a lot. Don't think it's as great as everyone makes it out to be, but that's just me.
Right,
I know
that's common. Yeah, everyone kind of.
I know a lot of people really enjoy this one. It's just it had its moments. It had
It's
its
so well
very
crafted.
It's very well crafted. The style is really great. James Wan directed. He's good at directing these actors in these horror films too because he makes you care for them. And I love anything.
Characters are great in this film.
They are,
Yeah.
and I love anything Vera Farmiga does too.
Yeah.
And Patrick Wilson. It's just it wasn't. I don't know. It just wasn't. Maybe the hype got to me a little bit too much, and I went in with a lot of expectations.
Oh, really?
And I
Okay.
went in, and as soon as I saw it, I was like, yeah, it's good, but it just. It didn't even keep me up at night.
Really?
I thought it was creepy. There's creepy moments for sure, but I did think that there were some cliches that I like stuff that I've seen before, but handled really well.
Okay.
I could appreciate. I could take a movie that has cliches as long as it does it in a way that isn't the normal cliche. Like they can take a jump scare and then put it on its head. Like I've always said, as long as it does something with it. And it doesn't waste it, then that's good to me.
I love the exorcism scene in this movie.
Yeah, I think it's okay.
Like like when everything goes quiet and the chair slowly lifts up and
I like
spins
that.
around. That's such
Yeah.
an incredibly that's
I
such
love
a
the
good
opening though, just by how the title, the text comes in, The Conjuring, just alone. But yeah, I mean, I think it's fine. It's all right.
Scene. Okay, whatever.
So
Ryan St. Hilaire says, "What's up, bros? Loving the podcast. And I have a couple of questions. Number 1, what's a terrible horror film that's really scary? Number 2, best use of practical effects in a horror movie. Number 3, thoughts on PG-13 horror movies. Many films released soon, such as Krampus and Pride and Prejudice and Zombies, are PG-13, and they look pretty graphic and could possibly be the start of great PG-13 horror movies. Obviously, we've had gems like Insidious, but there are more bad than good. Again, love the show. I'm very excited now that it's on video. Maybe you could possibly do some trailer reactions to horror movies. Hope you both are doing well."
Okay.
Thanks, Ryan.
A lot of shit in there. Okay.
That's good.
Trailer reaction stuff. Meh. I'm not a big fan of reaction videos or anything, but definitely if a trailer drops, that's where we'll talk about it in the news section for sure. What was the other one? There was a couple of questions in there. What was the other one?
Best use of practical effects in a horror movie.
Oh, The Thing, for sure. The Thing.
So?
I think, that's ultimate. The Thing and
The Fly looks pretty good.
The Fly. Yeah,
Fly.
there you go. Yeah, The Fly and The Thing. Ace, get it. Together.
I will say the recent Evil Dead, the remake.
Yeah, it was great.
Looked incredible.
Recently. Oh, and a lot of the films that I mentioned earlier today, a lot of great practical effects too. A lot of like squib blood shooting out like over the top kind of sometimes, but very, especially Bone Tomahawk.
Alien has good. Actually, I watched that this past week. I forgot to mention that. I watched a little bit. Yeah, it was on TV. I watched a little bit of
Was
it.
it your first time or just in a while?
No, I've watched it all the time.
Okay,
That's
okay.
one of my favorites.
Nice.
I watched that recently.
What was there was one more in there?
There was. What's your thoughts on PG-13 horror movies? Many films released soon. Yeah.
That's a good point. That's a good question because
I don't care about a rating as long as it's scary.
No,
like,
I don't care either.
there are plenty of good PG-13 horror films. They don't have to be rated R.
And
you know.
the thing is, when I saw a TV spot today for Krampus, and it was PG-13. I was like,
That's
oh,
so surprising. I
okay.
didn't see that coming
I
at
thought
all.
it was going to be R.
Yeah.
But a movie doesn't have to be rated R to be scary. I mean, Jaws is scary and it's PG. Granted, it was a different time. Different time
Yeah.
for sure. But I'm just saying, you know.
Yeah, Insidious was PG-13. The Last Exorcism, which I thought was really
I
scary,
I
that was
like The Last
PG-13.
Exorcism.
The Ring, which I know you're not crazy about. The Grudge, those are both pretty effective
PG-13.
PG-13 horror films.
Yeah,
I think why not have them come back?
It doesn't. It really doesn't matter. I know The Conjuring. I don't know why The Conjuring was rated R. To be honest with you,
Dude, that thing was just testing through the roof, and people were just so fucking scared of it. I think they just called it R for the scares. Oh, shut up.
I'm just kidding. Is that all the?
That's all I got.
I think
That's all
we
I
got
got
for
here.
the emails
Yeah.
right now. Thank you guys for sending in those emails. I mean, there's a lot more emails, but I think that's all we're gonna cover for today. Right now, we're gonna go into some Twitter questions because I made a little tweet earlier, and you guys responded with that. But first, let's bring it on over to Stacey Howard. for a little bit of
Stacey's
Horrorflix and
mom
Kill.
has
Stacey,
got
are
it
you there?
going
Wait, hold
on.
on. Stacey. Oh shit, Stacey.
Stace?
Oh, okay. No, she's here.
What's up, horror fans? I'm Stacey Howard coming to you with my HorrorFlix and Kill recommendation of the week. Today's movie is a horror thriller starring a badass female out for blood. I'm talking Bound to Vengeance. Very simple premise. A young girl is kidnapped, escapes, and then takes control of her captor, forcing him to drive around town and free all the other young girls that he's kidnapped. It is an hour and 10 minutes. It starts off with a bang. Very fast-paced, never slows down. I get a very Blue Ruin vibe from this movie. That's another great movie you guys should check out on Netflix. It stars Tina Evlev, I'm not sure how to pronounce her name, but she does a great job of handling some very dark and disturbing material in the movie. It's super bloody and violent. Overall, I was very impressed with it. I give it 4.2 out of 5 skulls, so give it a watch and let us know what you think in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye.
Hi
What
guys.
was that?
Welcome back to HorrorFlix. Thank you, Stacey, for that recommendation.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Be sure to check her out on her Twitter and her podcast with Miss Movies.
6 Degrees of Feature Film.
There
Check
you
it
go.
out.
Check it out. Have fun with it. Enjoy it. I should be on the show pretty soon. When am I going to be on the goddamn show? So, we're going to take your guys' Twitter
You
questions.
say that every week.
I'm waiting. I was on it. I'm just waiting for them to release it. That's all. I'm just like, where am I going to be? Unless they didn't really like the episode and they scrapped it, because I could see that happening. So
We're on to Twitter now. We're on to
we're on
Twitter
to
questions.
Twitter questions. It's just gonna be real quick, rapid fire. We'll go through these, and then we got a bedtime story for you at the end and close it off, and then we'll call it a day, and then you guys can enjoy the rest.
And we'll
of
do the
your
giveaway for the
week.
gift.
And we
We'll
get
have
the
that too.
giveaway of the gift. That too.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things going on in my head. So first question comes from Brooks Wilkins. Out of all the major slasher franchises, which would you want to see another film of? Slasher movies. Personally, I call it quits. Fucking stop with it. We don't need to see anymore. But if Nightmare on Elm Street or a Halloween movie or a Friday the 13th comes out, I'm going to be in the theater to see it.
Yeah.
So if I had to say one of those, I would like to see another Nightmare on Elm Street with Robert Englund coming back.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah, if it's going to be another Nightmare, he has to come back.
No,
I'd
fuck
say.
that. Scratch that. Wes Craven is not here anymore.
That's what I was going to say, Scream, but without Wes, I really don't think it can be done.
No, I take it back. I don't want
Done
I don't
justice,
want a
I don't know.
Nightmare. No, definitely not a Scream. Definitely not a Scream.
Maybe I'd like to see a good Halloween. Maybe a good Halloween.
I would take a Halloween. I know they're doing a lot of stuff with all these except for Scream. Nightmare is a little different. I might be able to take a Nightmare just because other directors have taken this property and done something with it. Scream has always been Wes Craven, and no one else can do Scream like Wes Craven, so leave that alone. But those are some of the ones.
That's
you got,
ours.
you got one?
One second. We got from Luke at MovieMan23 says favorite scary scene in a non-horror movie.
Large Marge from Pee-wee's Big Adventure always scared the shit out of me. Large Marge sent me. That was
This is the
that was always really creepy.
Yeah.
That's probably the biggest one if I remember when I was a kid.
I'm gonna pull one from one of the greatest cinematic experiences of all time, the Scooby-Doo movie from 2002, when the thrilling ATV chase scene when they're going through running from the demons. Oh, can I talk about how dark that movie is?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna do it after this scene.
No,
But basically,
keep going. Yeah, just keep going.
basically, so Isla Fisher gets her head smacked into by a tree. She looks over and her face is all demonic. It scared the shit out of me as a kid. She's like, "Argh!"
And the dark stuff.
Yeah, dark stuff. That movie is about demons possessing kids because they just want to party all the time or whatever. Like, why? Okay, fuck you. Whatever. It's about demon possession. It's a kids movie. That's all I'm saying.
Next question comes. I like Scooby-Doo.
It's a kids movie and it's about demons possessing people.
Yeah, that's what a kids movie should always be about.
Scooby-Doo is about like masked murderers where they're like, oh, hello.
Yeah, there you go. That's what it should be. It should be dark and like super serious.
Okay.
What do you guys?
I love that movie. It's one of my favorites.
This one comes from Gianluca Marzano, and he says, "What do you guys think about Krampus? Will it be good? I really hope so. I'm looking.
It better
forward to
be.
it.
Yeah.
And it's coming around the corner. It's almost here. I'm very excited for it. Go ahead. The next one.
Lucas Maglio at Lucas5500 says best horror film of 2015. It follows.
It Follows is good. I know a lot of people weren't.
You
huge
love
fans.
The Visit.
I did love The Visit.
Yeah.
The Visit might be up there, and honestly, Bone Tomahawk might be up there
Really?
as well as one of my. But granted, that's not really. It's not really a horror film, but I just really liked it a lot. But The Visit for sure is probably.
I loved
up there.
Creep too. Creep. I guess
Creep
that
was
technically
really
counts
great.
as 2015.
Creep
Yeah, I'll
was
take
pretty
it.
great.
Yeah.
Let's see. Who can be trusted? This one comes from Stephen McTowley. That's his picture is great. He says, "Who could be trusted in who could be trusted less in a crisis? JT, Schmoes JT, or the real Cody Hall?"
Me.
JT, no, I think JT would be less.
Think
less
so?
trust. He would kill us. In a
He'd be
second.
on his own. Like
he
he
would
would.
say, "Fuck you guys, I'm out
Yeah.
of here." I think he would leave us. That might insult him, or that he might be like, "Yeah, I'd probably."
Yeah, I
leave
do
you
that
guys."
too. Yeah, I'd be on my own. Whatever. Yeah.
Go ahead. What's the next one?
I got one more here. Chris Alexakos
Okay.
at Kalexakos says, "What was the best cinematic horror experience you've ever had?" I'm assuming he means like in a theater.
In a
with horror
theater.
film.
Wow.
I will say in the first Paranormal, I witnessed so many people get up and leave just because they were so scared. Like they ran out of the theater. They were like
that's
shaking.
cool.
That was really cool.
See, when I saw Paranormal Activity, it was like 4 people in the theater.
Oh no! I had a
I
packed house for
actually
that.
really liked when we were in Green Inferno. And
Oh, that was the best.
That was so
Yeah.
fucking funny when
Yeah.
people stood up and got out. You just recently saw The Exorcist. In
I saw The
theaters, too.
Exorcist in theaters. That was actually a really good experience for me. I was really glad I was able to do that.
Gosh, man, I can't even really.
Your favorite movie, The Conjuring? I remember that experience was really cool because that whole theater was just floored.
I saw a
whole
screening
thing.
of that one too. I saw that one early, and I was.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
It was cool. I can't really think of one. I mean, like, for the longest time, I didn't see horror movies in theaters.
You watched them at home? You watched them at home?
I watched a lot of them at home, just because I just didn't go out to the movies as much as I do now. But I can't really think of one. The best experience. So, all right.
There you go. You can't answer your question.
Next one comes from on Twitter, April Dawn. She says, "What is the best movie in your opinion for the following creatures: vampire, zombies, werewolves?"
Okay, vampire.
Lost Boys. Vampires for
That's a
sure.
good one.
No,
That's a good
I'm
one.
gonna take it. I'll go to a serious one. And what's the Catherine Bigelow one with oh gosh, JT would kill me right now. It's Bill Paxton, Lance Henriksen, Near Dark. I think
There
it's
we
Near
go.
Dark. God
Okay,
damn it.
okay.
It's such a good movie. Vampires.
I really enjoyed 30 Days of Night.
30 Days a Night.
Not
is
my favorite,
really
but that's
underrated.
one off the top of my head.
Really,
I think
really
about,
underrated.
like, yeah.
Great use of vampires that are
Those
just
incredible
brutal,
vampires in that.
brutal
Great.
vampires.
Yeah, great job. Twilight,
Zombies.
Zombies.
For me, Night of the Living Dead.
Yeah, one of the
Top-
Romeros.
One
Yeah.
of the Romeros.
Yeah.
Werewolves.
Werewolf. Oh, American Werewolf in London, maybe.
Yes, that is my answer as well. Good job. You will get a treat later.
Thank you.
Let's go 2 more.
Okay. I don't have any more.
You don't have any more.
Yeah.
Fuck off. This one comes from Alex. Oh shit.
Oh, please pronounce
Alex
it.
Javarv Carlson.
Hey,
Oh,
that was
not too
pretty
bad.
good.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah, good job.
What is your favorite foreign horror film? Mine would be Suspiria.
Foreign horror
Suspiria is
film.
pretty good. I'm not huge on foreign films, goddammit, but I know that there's one.
I've seen the original Grudge.
Okay, Ju-on.
That was Ju-on. That
Ju-on.
was really scary.
Old Boy is not really a horror film. It's like see, I'm not huge on the
Now,
foreign
would you consider
films.
the Babadook foreign? It's Australian.
Australian? I
guess if you're going by
guess-
that definition, you can. I don't know if he's saying like
Okay,
other
I'll
language.
Cheat. I'll cheat and I'll say
cheater.
that.
Okay.
Now let's go to one more. Casey Kelderman says, since yesterday was Friday the 13th, which we record on Saturdays, how would the B Team make a Friday the 13th reboot/sequels? Put the entire Schmoes Know movie show in the film and kill everyone off one by one.
Pretty much that movie we pitched earlier. That.
That's essentially what
Yeah.
it'd be. Yeah, because our whole cast of characters would be like perfect.
JTE dies first. This has
Man,
to.
that's terrible.
I'm just kidding.
He said it, not me.
I'm just kidding,
No,
buddy.
he's not. He means it.
He
means
actually
it.
listens to the show all the time too. He's a good guy.
Yeah, he's pretty good. So, without further ado, let's tell them the giveaway winner.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let me load it up real quick.
Okay.
There's a lot of comments for you guys. Thank you for all your comments and all your interest in the Blu-ray giveaway. But we only had one to give away.
Yes.
So, and that went to Julian Turner.
Yeah.
He said, "Woo!" He said, "My favorite This is from the psychological thrillers from last week. He said, "My favorite psychological thriller of all time has to go to David Fincher's Zodiac. The storytelling is simply masterful and constantly keeps you guessing, which was made even greater by the fact that I had no prior knowledge about the Zodiac killer before my first viewing. The performances are great from all these leads, but particularly Jake Gyllenhaal, who completely embodies Robert Graysmith to, in my opinion, Oscar-worthy effects. Even though it's a crazily long movie, which I'm usually not a fan of, I find it has the ultimate rewatchability factor, which to me is the highest form of praise you can ever give a movie of this genre. Love the show, guys, and I could watch Jason Bateman and literally anything, so fingers crossed for that giveaway."
Well, guess what,
There you go,
pal?
buddy.
You fucking won it.
You won.
You got it, buddy.
Yeah.
Julian, thank you so much for that comment. I love Zodiac. Zodiac,
Good picture.
I believe, is Fincher's opus. I think that's his best film. I
Really?
think that's his masterpiece.
Wow.
Like that's where he put all of his fucking. He always puts in his effort, but I think that's the one I was like, fuck, that's a fucking perfect
I can
movie.
see that. Yeah,
I love
Zodiac's
it.
great.
I love
Yeah.
that movie so much, and I love the length of it, everything. So, Julian, thank you so much for commenting and answering us for that. Please do us a favor, send us a message on our Facebook page, which is HorrorFlix, and we will give us your address. You give us our address. You give us your.
Take
You
your time.
give me your address so I can come to your goddamn house and hand you the gift Blu-ray. I'm not gonna hand it to you, but send us your address and we'll send it off to you. And yeah, so there you go. You
There we
won.
go.
But you know what time it is, buddy?
What time is it? Oh.
Welcome to another edition of Bad Times Stories.
Oh, did you see
Title
that?
there scared me.
Look how creepy my eyes look right now. This is like a scene from Goosebumps. Remember the show? There's that movie. There's the one with the they had the
just
eyes in the back of their
fucking tell the
head.
story.
That's what I look
Tell the
like.
story
Sorry.
about the
Our bedtime story for this week comes from John Paul Nunez. He says, "One time, I was on a ghost tour in Savannah, Georgia with my parents, and we came to this one place where the tour guide said that a lot of weird things happen with electronics there. He said a lot of times people's electronic devices just don't work in that area, and a lot of people who take pictures there see weird things in their pictures of balls of light and ghosts and stuff. So I asked my mom to give me the camera because I wanted to get a picture of a ghost. But when I hit the button to take a picture, nothing happened. I told my mom, and she thought I either had broken the camera or was doing something wrong. She tried to take a picture, but the same thing happened. She hit the button and it wouldn't work. Then right when we left the area, we tried taking a picture again, and the camera worked fine."
Well, that was spooky. I was really scared.
That was a nice little creepy one, you know.
That was
nothing,
good,
Nothing
yeah.
like in your face, but I was like, that's kind of
Yeah.
chilling when you
I
leave
won't
that.
be using cameras anymore, for
No,
sure.
no,
Yeah.
no.
So thank you so much for that bedtime story.
You ever played a Fatal Frame?
No.
It's a indie horror game. It's like you just walk around with the camera and you take pictures and like creepy stuff. Okay, fine, go on.
So thank you guys so much for watching this episode of HorrorFlix, or if you're listening to us on iTunes, thank you guys for doing that as well. We really appreciate all your guys' support. This was our Q&A. Remember, every 10 episodes we do this. It's a lot of fun. You guys send us in your stuff. And yeah, so be sure to comment down below. Anything you guys want to know, you guys want to ask us more questions, maybe we'll use those for
we'll
the
browse
next one.
those, yeah.
Tell us some of your favorite movies you guys are watching right now. You know what? We've been doing this for 30 episodes. Tell us some of your favorite moments on the show, and send us those bedtime stories. Videocopster@gmail.com.
There we go. You got it. Yeah.
Tell them what to do on the YouTube, in the iTunes.
If you are watching at YouTube, you're going to be at the youtube.com/schmoesnopodcast. Please subscribe if you haven't already. That's like pretty much our channel, so go ahead and subscribe, please. Like and keep commenting, like he said. If you're on iTunes, be sure to rate and review. And Instagram, follow us at HorrorFlix Show. Same thing with Twitter and Facebook. And my personal Twitter is the real Cody Hall.
And I'm at Copster15.
Are you emo there? What are you doing?
We all go a little mad sometimes.
Oh.
Thank you guys so much
Christ.
for watching. We appreciate all your guys' support. We love you guys. We can't wait to see you guys next week. It's going to be a lot of fun. Cody, you know how I'm going to take us out today?
How you going to take us out?
I'm going to take us out like Creep.